Hi everyone, welcome back to my UGC NET Criminology lecture series. If you are preparing for UGC NET Criminology, this next 50 questions can literally tell you whether you are ready or not, because these are not random questions. These are PYQ pattern questions from Unit 1, the exact way UGC NET asks in the exams. So if you get 40 out of 50 correct or 40 and above, you are on the right track, and if not, don't worry, I'll explain everything. Here's how to attempt. I'll give you a question with options. Pause the video, think, select your answer, then I'll reveal the correct answer with explanation. Don't skip explanations, that's where toppers gain marks. So let's start with a very basic question, but this is where most students make mistake. Crime is best defined as A. Moral wrong, B. Religious sin, C. Violation of law, D. Social harm. And the correct answer is C, that is violation of law. In criminology, crime is strictly a legal concept. Something becomes a crime only when it is defined and prohibited by law. Not all immoral acts are crimes, and not all crimes are immoral in every society. This distinction is very frequently tested in UGC NET. Now let's level up. This is a classic NET type question where assertion says that all crimes are deviant, and the reason given here is all deviant acts are crimes. Options are option A, both true, option B, both false, option C, A is true but R is false, option D, A is false but R is true. Correct answer is C, that is A is true and R is false, because crime is a subset of deviance. All crimes violate norms, so they are deviant, but not all deviance is illegal. For example, unusual dressing is deviant but not crime. This concept is one of the most repeated PYQ themes. Now let's test your concepts plus thinkers. This is a general question, and this topic will be covered in later units as well. This is the match the following, where list 1 includes differential association, strain theory and social control. List 2 include goal means gap, learned behavior and social bonds. And your options are option A 1B 2A 3C, option B 1A 2B 3C, option C 1C 2A 3B, option D 1B 2C 3A. Correct answer is A. Differential association given by Sutherland says that crime is learned. Strain theory by Merton says that gaps between goals and means. Social control theory by Hershey says that weak bonds lead to crime. These thinker theory connections are direct PYQ materials. Now a tricky conceptual question. Read carefully. Which statements are correct? Crime is socially constructed. Crime is legally defined. All deviance is crime. Your options include 1 and 2 only, 2 and 3 only, C 1 and 3 only, and D all. And the correct answer is A, because crime is socially constructed and varies across societies. Crime is also legally defined, and statement 3 is wrong because deviance is broader. Now think like an examiner, not just memorize. If a behavior violates social norms but not law, it is crime, deviance, sin, or violence. And the correct answer is B, that is deviance. Deviance includes all norm violations, whether legal or not. Next is easy looking question, but don't rush on this. Theft is categorized as option A, crime against person, option B, crime against property, option C, political crime, D, victimless crime. Correct answer is B. This is very simple. Theft involves unlawful taking of property, hence property crime. Let's see if you can spot the trap here. Assertion says assault is a crime against person, whereas the reason given is it involves damage to property. Option A, both true. Option B, both false. Option C, A true but R false. Option D, A false and R true. Correct option is C, because assault involves harm or threat to a person, which is true, and reason is incorrect because it does not involve property damage. Always evaluate assertion and reason independently. Coming to the next question, question number 8. A person enters a house illegally at night with the intention to steal valuables. This is theft, robbery, burglary, fraud. Correct answer is option C, that is burglary. Burglary requires illegal entry, intent to commit a crime. Theft is just taking property, but burglary involves entry element. And NET loves this distinction based questions. Next, going to a direct factual question, but it is very important and it's very easy. The POCSO Act deals with crimes against women, crimes against children, crimes against elderly, economic crimes. And the correct answer is obviously option B, that is crimes against children. POCSO itself means protection of children from sexual offenses, so it is very obvious that option B is the right answer, that is crimes against children. Let's see if you can apply classification. So dowry is crime against women, family-centered crime, economic crime. So which statements are true according to this? Option A 1 and 2, option B 2 and 3, option C only first statement is true, option D all statements are true. The correct answer is A, that is statement 1 and 2. Dowry, death is of course crime against women and it is a family-centered crime, but it does not belong to the category of economic crime. Coming to the next question, that is 11th question. Let's test your clarity on victimless crimes, which is a very important topic. Which of the following is considered as victimless crime? Option A, murder. Option B, drug abuse. Option C, assault. Option D, theft. Correct answer is option B, drug abuse. Victimless crimes are those where there is no direct identifiable victim but society is affected. Drug abuse harms the individual and society but not a specific victim in the traditional sense. UGC NET often tests examples of victimless crime. Now a tricky conceptual trap. Read both carefully. Essential. Prostitution is considered a victimless crime and the reason given is it causes no harm to society. Your options are option A both true, option B both false, option C A is true but R is false, option D A is false but R is true. And the correct answer is option C, because assertion is generally accepted in criminology debates, but the reason is incorrect. Prostitution may have indirect social harms. Always remember, victimless is not equal to harmless. It can be harmful to the society as well. Now apply a concept, think like an examiner. A person consumes drugs privately without harming others directly. This is violent crime, victimless crime, property crime, or political crime? Correct answer is option B, that is victimless crime. Private drug use is a classic example used in exams to test victimless crime understanding. Even without a direct victim, it is still regulated due to societal impact. Now a multi-dimensional question. Read all the statements carefully and tell which is true. Alcoholism is a social problem, a health issue, a crime. Options include option A 1 and 2 only, option B 2 and 3 only, option C 1 and 3 only, option D all. Correct answer is A. Alcoholism is primarily a social issue and a health issue. It is not always treated as crime unless linked to illegal act. NET tests this multi-perspective understanding. Next question is, beggary is categorized as violent crime, victimless crime, corporate crime, political crime. Correct answer is B. Beggary is typically classified as a victimless or social deviance issue, though laws may regulate it. And coming to the next question, the Dowry Prohibition Act was enacted in the year 1956, 1961, 1975, 1986. Correct answer is option B, that is 1961. This was a direct question, so you should remember when are the certain acts enacted. Now coming to assertion and reason question again. Assertion says that domestic violence includes emotional abuse, whereas the reason given is only physical harm is considered violence. Options include option A both are true, option B both are false, option C A is true but R is false, and option D A is false and R is true. Correct option is C, that is A is true and R is false. Domestic violence includes physical, emotional, psychological and economic abuse. Reason is incorrect because violence is not limited to physical harm. Question number 18. A child is constantly ignored, not given emotional care and left unattended. This is discipline, neglect, protection, socialization. Correct answer is neglect. Neglect is a form of child abuse where basic needs are not met. Question number 19. Identify the correct concept here. Child abuse includes only physical harm, only sexual abuse, multiple forms including emotional and neglect, or no harm. Correct answer is C, that is multiple forms including emotional and neglect. Child abuse includes physical abuse, emotional abuse, sexual abuse, and neglect. Question 20. Neglect is considered care, abuse, discipline, protection. Correct answer is B, that is abuse. Failure to provide care, supervision, or support is classified as abuse, specifically neglect. Question number 21. Match the following. List 1 includes intercaste conflict, communal violence, marginalization, and list 2 includes cultural conflict, social conflict, and increased crime risk. Go through all the options carefully. And the correct answer is option A, that is intercaste conflict matches with social conflict, communal violence matches with cultural or religious conflict, and marginalization leads to higher crime vulnerability. Question 22. Assertion says that social disorganization leads to crime, and the reason given is it weakens social control mechanisms. Option A, both are true, but R explains A. Option B, both are true, but R is not the correct explanation of A. Option C, A is true, but R is false. Option D, A is false, but R is true. Correct answer is A. Social disorganization theory says that when institutions like family, school, and community weaken, social disorganization leads to crime. Question 23. High economic inequality in society is most likely to lead to A. Stability, B. Crime increase, C. Social harmony, D. Reduced deviance. Correct answer is B. Inequality creates strain, frustration, and resentment, which can lead to crime. This connects with Merton's strain theory and conflict perspectives as well. Question number 24. Caste-based violence is primarily A. Political issue, B. Economic issue, C. Social issue, D. Legal issue. Correct answer is option C. That is social issue. Caste violence originates from social hierarchy and discrimination, making it a social problem. However, it may have political and legal dimensions too, but primary classification is social. Question number 25. Two religious communities engage in violent clashes over belief. This is a intercaste conflict, communal violence, economic crime, organized crime. Correct answer is option B. Violence based on religion is classified as communal violence, a major community problem. Question 26. The term white-collar crime was introduced by Durkheim, Karl Marx, Edwin Sutherland, Max Weber. Correct answer is option C. Sutherland defined white-collar crime as crimes committed by respectable individuals in possession of trust. Question 27. Match the following. List 1 includes cybercrime, organized crime, economic crime, whereas list 2 includes fraud, mafia networks, hacking. Go through the options carefully and choose one. And the correct answer is option A. These are the examples for specific type of crimes. Question 28. Assertion says that corporate crime can harm society, whereas reason given is corporate crimes are always violent. Option A, both are true. Option B, both are false. Option C, A is true but R is false. Option D, A is false but R is true. Correct answer is option C, that is A is true but R is false. Corporate crimes like fraud cause serious harm but they are not usually violent. Question 29. A company illegally dumps toxic waste into a river causing environmental change. This is economic crime, corporate crime, environmental crime, political crime. Correct answer is option C. This directly harms the environment, classified as environmental crime. Question 30. Phishing refers to physical theft, online fraud to steal information, assault, kidnapping. Correct answer is option B. Phishing is a cyber technique used to trick users into revealing sensitive information like passwords or bank details. Question 31. The primary aim of terrorism is to earn profit, create fear and panic, promote culture, maintain law. Correct answer is option B, create fear and panic. Terrorism is defined by its intention to create fear among people for political, ideological, or religious purposes. Question 32. Assertion says that insurgency involves rebellion against authority, whereas the reason given is insurgency is always peaceful. Option A, both are true. Option B, both are false. Option C, A is true but R is false. Option D, A is false but R is true. Correct answer is option C. That is, A is true and R is false. Insurgency always equals to armed rebellion against the state. It is not peaceful. Therefore, reason is false. Question 33. The Naxalite movement is an example of cybercrime, organized crime, insurgency, corporate crime. Correct answer is option C. Naxalism represents an armed rebellion against the state which fits the distinction of insurgency. Question 34. State terrorism refers to violence by citizens, violence by government authorities, corporate crime, media crime. Correct answer is option B. State terrorism occurs when the government uses force or violence to control or suppress people unlawfully. Question 35. Terrorism differs from ordinary crime mainly because of violence, political motive, location, method. Correct answer is option B. The key difference is intent. Terrorism is driven by political or ideological goals, unlike ordinary crimes. Question 36. Criminalization of politics means clean governance, involvement of criminals in politics, law enforcement, judicial control. Correct answer is option B. It refers to the entry and influence of criminals in political processes, including elections. Question 37. Assertion says that muscle power influences elections, whereas reason given is it promotes fair competition. Option A, both are true. Option B, both are false. Option C, A is true but R is false. Option D, A is false but R is true. Correct answer is option C. Muscle power equals to use of force, which is true, but it does not promote fairness, which is absolutely false. Question number 38. A political candidate uses violence and intimidation to win election. This is social deviance, political crime, corporate crime, economic crime. Correct answer is option B. Use of illegal means in political processes is classified as political crime. Question number 39. Media trial effects, economic growth, fair trial, voting behavior, education system. Correct answer is option B. Media trials can influence public opinion and judicial proceedings, thereby affecting the right to a fair trial. Question number 40. Fake news leads to social harmony, public confusion, social conflict. Which statements are true here? Option A, 1 only. Option B, 2 and 3 only. Option C, 1 and 2 only. Option D, all. Correct answer is B. Fake news spread misinformation which leads to confusion and conflict and not harmony. Question number 41. The dark web is mainly associated with educational platforms, legal businesses activities, illegal and anonymous activities, social networking. Correct answer is option C, that is illegal and anonymous activities. The dark web allows users to operate anonymously and is often used for illegal activities like drug trade, hacking, trafficking. Question number 42, that is match the following. List 1 includes human trafficking, drug trafficking, money laundering, whereas list 2 involves the meaning of it. Illegal movement of people, illegal financial processing, illegal drug trade. See the options carefully and choose one. Correct answer is option A. Question number 43. Assertion says that transnational crimes cross national borders, whereas the reason given is they are limited to one country. Option A, both are true. Option B, both are false. Option C, A is true, R is false. Option D, A is false, R is true. Correct answer is C. Transnational crime involve multiple countries, which is true. Reason is opposite, that is why it is false. They are not just limited to one country. Option 44, illegal organ trade happening across multiple countries is economic crime, organized crime, transnational crime, political crime. Correct answer is option C. Because it involves cross-border illegal activities, it is classified as transnational crime. Question 45. Cyberstalking refers to physical surveillance, online harassment, robbery, kidnapping. Correct answer is B. Cyberstalking involves repeated online harassment or monitoring, often causing psychological harm. Question 46. Organized crime is characterized by individual acts, structured group involvement, random behavior, legal activity. Correct answer is option B. Organized crime involves planned systematic activities by groups such as mafia networks. Question 47. Assertion says that corruption is abuse of power, whereas the reason given is it benefits the public. Options are option A, both are true. Option B, both are false. Option C, A is true but R is false. Option D, A is false, R is true. Question 48. A group targets another group based on religion or identity. This is economic crime, hate crime, property crime, cyber crime. Correct answer is option B. Hate crimes are motivated by bias against the specific groups. Those are religions, caste, race, etc. Question 49. Now development related concept. Very important. Development induced crime refers to economic growth, displacement and social disruption, education, health. Correct answer is B. Large projects like dams, industry can displace people, leading to conflicts, illegal activities and social unrest. The final question, think logically. The rapid increase in cybercrime is mainly due to cultural changes, technological advancements, religious beliefs, political system. Correct answer is option B. Growth of internet, digital systems and online transaction has increased opportunities for cybercrime. Now listen carefully, comment your total score out of 50, but don't just write the number. Tell me honestly, which section was toughest for you? Was it theory, family crime, modern crime or cyber and transnational? I personally read your comments and guide you. Kindly comment your scores out of 50 in the comment section below, and before going, don't forget to like, share and subscribe.